In case you didn't already know what time it is, yeah, it's laser time. Forget about the grapple, this is all going to be laser stuff because we are going to be celebrating my new emotes that are coming out to Twitch. First, let's appreciate the artist, that's CC5454. He knows what laser time's all about. At least when I'm not in the match, he always gets mad that I take his laser kills. But I can't help myself because it really is always laser time now. This is by far probably one of the strongest weapons in the game now. And I've always found that as the game evolves, you kind of have to evolve with it. And one of the things that gets most people is things like the Spitfire and the G2. Angel City is kind of notoriously known for having those rooftop campers. But the direct counter to these things are lasers, in all forms. Infinite range, one-shot kills. That's what lasers are all about in this game. So today's episode, I want to talk to you guys a lot more about the laser and how I've been using it lately and how much you guys can get out of it as well. Because I really do believe that this is a big part of the meta. And you guys know how much I like style and I like seeing the laser show in the sky. I know every time I'm playing with CC, it's practically a race to see who's going to get the gooser first. Automatic rifles are pretty good, snipers are pretty good, but lasers are just plain deadly. So if you're not familiar, when you're using the charge rifle on pilots, it has no aim assist, and it's in the exact same way that you would feel the laser on the ion when you're aiming down sights with it. It gets very close, but there's still no aim assist. So there's a couple of things that you want to do because these are skill shots. It's not going to be as easy, even though it's stronger than a regular weapon because it's one shot, there is still a skill curve. Things like drag scoping like you would with a sniper, also doing your fine movements with your left stick if you're somebody on console will help you track players a lot better than just trying to do it with your right stick because typically the sensitivity is a lot higher on that. The other things that you want to do in order to maximize your shots and the odds of them hitting is trying to shoot at stationary pilots. But who am I kidding? This is Titanfall. That's just not going to be the way that it's always going to work out for you. In which case, you're going to have to get good at tracking, and whether you use the left or right sticks, it's kind of going to be based on where these people are positioned. If they're very close, you're going to have to throw in both sticks. They're very far, you'll probably get away with minor corrections with your left stick. If you're on PC, well, I think this is kind of where you saw the evolution of this, I'll be honest. Back before I was able to make these shots, I was seeing people on PC making them. I think some of the best players I ever saw use a laser were somebody like James Bunny, who was a sniper, as well as, well, I was going to say Benji, but he probably faked most of his shots. Who else is there? Oh, how could I forget? Ethereal, he was definitely a good laser shot. Anybody that really just has basic aiming mechanics is going to do very well with a charge rifle. And I think that this clip is really good. This is going to be a pretty long clip. It also had no sound, but you guys will just have to listen to the sound of my voice as I talk to you guys a little bit more about the laser. And that's what you're going to see a lot of in this clip anyways. So the things that we've discussed so far is just that the laser is deadly. It is deadly especially because it actually gets rid of the most annoying tactic that is typically fighting somebody that's typically more mobile. And that's the people that like to rooftop camp, and not only just camp certain areas, they like to camp these areas way in the back. They're way out in the boonies. And the laser actually deals with these people really well. So that's the main thing you should take from this video. If nothing else, yes, lasers look cool, but the main thing is it kills campers. It's just a very enjoyable weapon to kill somebody with. It's one, ooh, dodging the mines right there was clutch. Like, you never know about those mines sometimes. Sometimes they just blow up from so far, or even when you're way above them. I don't know, the hitbox on those mines is really weird. But going back to the laser, when you kill somebody with it, like, they're going to start thinking about it a lot, especially when you hit them with it the second time. And this is something that's going to impact rooftop campers really hard, because they're the ones that are most vulnerable to this strategy. So if you want to make people think twice about camping, go further back yourself, because the further back you are, the better odds you have with the laser. Because remember, you're an infinite one shot from across the map. They are going to have to hit you usually 2-3 times, and they're going to have to space out their shots, which means you're going to have some warning and you can go into cover. This is a technique that you're going to want to definitely be head glitching for. You're going to have to out head glitch them, but know that you do have the advantage because, again, you're the one shot. The downside is that it is a skill shot, so don't expect that it's going to just be as easy as just saying, oh, I'm going to one shot you because I have a laser. It's going to definitely take some practice, but I think that this is one of those things that you want to learn if you want to continue to be top tier in this game. Because people are still getting better and better and better. I know that because I'm getting better myself. I know that there are still moves I need to get a better hang of. So if you want to continue to rise above the skill ceiling, this is definitely one of those things that you want to get used to. Lasering. No charge hack, just get used to charging it, and when you're using it on Titans, it definitely helps, this is something I don't do. I don't always think about the critical spot. Usually I just want to land the laser, but hitting them in the crit spot makes such a difference with Ion when you're using lasers, and I don't even, just mean with the Ion itself, but also when you're using your charge rifle. Like hitting those critical shots, super important. On pilots, it doesn't matter. Hit them in the toe, hit them in the head, same results. And one of the things that I want to point out is that whether you're going to shoot it off the hip, and then again, this is why I like running Ion, because it really does get you in the laser mode, is that not zooming in with the laser is the same as shooting it off the hip when you're a pilot. It is actually still really reliable because it's really easy to actually aim it. You don't always have to zoom in with the laser. Typically I do, because usually if I'm shooting a laser at a pilot, it's because I'm pretty damn far. But if somebody is close, you can definitely shoot it off the hip and have really good results. So whether you're going to be zooming in or not is more of a personal preference. For those of you who don't know, when I recently changed screens, I noticed that I started aiming down sights with my laser because I found that it was just easier for me to hit my shots. The way that I was correcting was completely different than I was correcting on my 27-inch. On my 24-inch, I like to zoom in. On the 27, I was strictly just hip firing with my Ion. So there are going to be things where you don't just want to copy what you see other people do. Feel what works for you. Is it going to be a hip fire or zooming in? Again, up to you. Just kind of see what feels more comfortable. I don't know if you guys caught it. In the beginning montage, there was an Ion during the first long clip that ended up turning on his core before the Auto Titan even came out of his dome shield. And I know what that's like, trying to time out the laser when you're using Ion. When you're using your core, there's only certain opportunities that you can use. With two Titans, you have to make sure that Northstar has already used his flight core. And with Ronin, you have to make sure he's already phased. Even when you're just using it in front of you at another Titan, it helps if you actually save up your dashes in case they go behind cover, because once you turn on that giant core laser, you move so slowly, and that's what lets people get away. You have to suck people into corridors when they're not going to be able to get away. Damn, that's a lot of Reapers. But you definitely got to be baiting these people into the scenario that makes your laser strong. That's the same thing with pilots. That's why usually if I'm using it, I want to be far away. And when are people really far away? Typically when they're flying in the air after ejecting from their Titan. That is probably one of the best ways to kill anybody that ejects in this game. And I love it when somebody does a nice strafe eject and I track them with my laser. I feel like I'm just saying pull and then pow. You feel good there. There's a lot of satisfaction in these shots, and the thing is that it's actually more reliable than the Kraber, at least for me. I would say that the Kraber is definitely a higher skilled weapon than the laser. I don't know, would you guys agree with me? What do you guys think? PC gods, what do you guys think? Do you think that you'd do better if you just main the laser? You don't have to lead it up, and it seems to almost fire at the exact same rate as a Kraber. Huh, I wonder. I just saw a pilot behind me. I didn't even notice. Anyways, what do you guys think about the laser? Are you guys always saying it's laser time? When you guys drop into my stream, you guys have to start using that laser time emote. As soon as it comes out of that pending mode, I don't know how long it's going to be. I thought it was just going to be a couple days, but apparently it can be up to a couple weeks. Here, I have my fingers crossed that very soon we're going to be seeing that emote. Every time somebody ejects, I want you guys to just spam that laser time one. So anybody who's already subbed, just know that don't worry, the emote's coming. And to Marcus and Legends, who has gifted so many subs to everybody, that's awesome, because now we're actually gonna have enough people that it can actually be spammed. It is gonna be great. I think I'm just gonna get more pumped to use my laser even more. My grenades too, but I don't think I can possibly use that any more than I already do. It was just based on sound. I always keep my ears open for that sound. As soon as that sound goes off, I just try to pinpoint and look up, because usually on most maps you're going to be able to find them. Again, another one of those strengths of the laser that you can hit people from just about anywhere. Well, there, you just saw me steal a kill by shooting my laser practically between that Titan's legs. So for those of you who want to join me for some games, you know where to find me. On Twitch, I will be putting on my network. Did you guys know that you all on PC can play with me this week? At the end of this week, I'm going to be jumping on PC. We're going to be doing the community night. And you guys can show me what's what. I am going to actually try to play with keyboard and mouse. I may also make a transition to controller, and then I'm just going to compare the game as well. I'm going to take it as an opportunity to play with you guys, but also make an episode and try to see what the big differences are between console gameplay versus PC. So that's what you guys have to look forward to. I'm Paper. Cut to you, and I'll see you all next time.